Many physicians come up to me and say, Mike, what's the best side hustle for doctors? Well, here's the thing, it's not real estate, it's not locums, it's not telemedicine, it's not starting another clinic. What is it? We're going to cover it. Spoiler alert, it's coaching because it doesn't just make you money, it gives you meaning. We're going to talk about the ins and outs of coaching, why you need to be involved in coaching on this episode of Dr. Boss. My name is Dr. Mike Pumeng.
And I'm Dr. Aaron Trong.
So we're going to discuss coaching, which I feel is one of the best side hustles that you can have. And we're going to cover each one, why we think it's important, and even some of those limiting beliefs that can be annoying, but sometimes holds many physicians back. So I think the first important skill that physicians have is they already have power to help people transform. And I think that's a natural extension for them to become a coach. We assess problems, we create plans, we motivate change. But we're just shifting the focus. Maybe we're just used to calling them patients, but now we can call them clients. What say you, Anne?
Well, I totally agree with you. And let's get this out in the open right now. I know what you're thinking. Or like, oh, they're not, I have to enter a patient-doctor relationship. No, you do not. You are just educator. So oftentimes you can be a coach and your role is just an educator. You don't establish a patient-doctor relationship at all. And you have your client sign a disclaimer that your interaction with them is not a patient-doctor relationship. However, if your client is in the same state as you are, where you have a license, you can choose to enter a patient-doctor relationship either in telemedicine or in person. But what I want to dispel right away is that you don't need any type of HIPAA compliance. You don't need any type of patient-doctor relationship when you get into coaching. And I think, Mike, you already said that as doctor, we educate our patient day in, day out on the same thing. And one of the things I want to say is that what we come up with in our mind within 3 minutes of talking with patient is gold. People will pay for that information that you have, that you think it just come naturally to you because we're just good at what we do, and the training that we have. So it's an easy transition for doctors to do because you're already an educator with your patient and you are the expert in the field you are going into, and also you have the credibility as physician. Do you want to talk about the limiting belief?
Yeah, so one limiting relief, like you mentioned about you need is HIPAA compliance is one. Another one is, well, I can't start coaching because I need to get another certification. Physicians, we love certifications on there. But the thing is, you already have one of the most important certifications at all. You have behind your initials an MD, a DO. That still denotes credibility. This still denotes leadership. Still denotes experience, and you help patients provide clarity. And you can do the same thing with your clients. So the first type of coaching, you can do it for free. Just do it for free. You don't need to have another diploma, another certification on there. Certainly you can do that if you want to learn more about that, but you can get started right away. Don't let that hold you back.
Absolutely. And also that is the easiest thing to do as a physician. You can start that literally tomorrow because there's so much low overhead and high profit margin because you don't need an office. All you need is a webcam and a microphone. And you can literally get a microphone less than $50 because the audio has to be clear. So I wouldn't suggest you just use the microphone that's in your laptop, but a webcam that nowadays is probably like $20. So the lowest margin, no malpractice tail, just your expertise and just for you to take action and know that you can do it. I know, Mike, you've been a coach longer than I have for a long time, even before COVID. Honestly, to be transparent, didn't think I can be a coach because I didn't think that I can be patient enough or be able to have that knowledge. But since COVID's happened and having the knowledge of being a physician as well as being a marketer and learning all the strategies of marketing, I feel the blend is unique that I can really help doctor get out of the clinic and learn ways to getting paid and making money online. But your experience as a coach, Mike, what motivated you to start doing that years ago?
Well, a number of the benefits that we're going to discuss on this call, but one of them was this low overhead, high profit margin on in there. Like you said, you just need your expertise and a phone and a laptop, and that's about it. And that's something that distinguishes you. That your experience can be different from another person's experience on there, and you may have, and throughout your time, you have different experiences where you can help other people. At the end of the day, people say, "What's the purpose of business?" or "How can I make more money?" Providing value out into the universe, or whatever you want to call it, on there. So if you can provide value to other people, the money will always follow. And one limiting belief that people say, "Well, I'm not a business person. I don't know how to do that." You already manage complex systems on a regular basis. You're managing staff, you're charting, you're dealing with outcomes. And coaching is even a simpler business model. You're just providing advice. You're providing your sharing your knowledge, sharing your expertise to others, shortcut their way to whatever success. You're providing transformation for them. It's a beautiful model because you can do it part-time, you can do it full-time, you can take months off and then come back to it. Doesn't matter. You decide how you want to work.
Oh, another thing that I love since being a coach is that allowed you geographic freedom because all you need is a laptop and a Wi-Fi. You can be in Dubai or in South Africa and still do work. You can be on vacation and take a couple of hours and still do work. So I feel that once I started doing coaching, the geographic freedom to me was sunk in when last year I left my office and was away for 3 weeks from the office, but I was still working. I was still coaching. I was still doing other businesses, my online business during that time, but yet allows me to live in a place that I've always wanted to live during the winter time. So the geographic freedom is big. And another thing too is I'm just going to lay it out is freedom from insurance and the bureaucracy of insurance. And you guys all know what I'm talking about, Doc. The documentation, the denial, the pre-approval, the ICD-9 codes and EMM code, and not to mention now that EMM and Cigna are now down coding level 4 and level 5 now to level 3, and just following all the. I mean, I don't take Medicare, so I don't even know what some of the rules are, but I know there's a lot of charting documentation now that is required. But imagine just breaking free from all of that and not having to deal with that on a daily basis. How free will you feel at that time? I tell you, I felt very, very free when I don't have to follow EMM charting guidelines at all. I chart what was important to the patient interaction. And now I get a chance to dictate it on AI as well too. And I think that that's one of the plus that all of us want is the freedom, but also know that it's the easiest thing that you can start with very low barrier to entry as well too.
Yeah, yeah. And so moving forward for that, not only do you get geographic freedom, you also get time freedom on there. And what's great about this side business is you can do this when you're still practicing medicine. You don't have to go full time. I've coached a number of different physicians who are having their side hustle, their side gig, coaching on the side where they're still working part time. Some are still even working full time if they want. Then they decide, hey, you know what? I could take a few clients a month. Maybe I would just work on the weekends. Maybe I just do one evening a week. Just take a few clients. It really depends on you. And then you can slowly build it up. And then you say, I want to structure this into my full time gig. I've helped doctors leave medicine and they do this coaching full time. Others just say, you know what? I still want to be part in medicine and I'm happy to where I am. And that's fine too. And so, what you can find out is, maybe you're doing this one evening a week on there, but you might find that like that one evening is already equivalent to like covering 1 week's of, income, or 3 to 4 days of income on here. And that's going to help you shift things financially, giving you more geographic freedom, giving you more time freedom, giving you more financial freedom. And that's going to fuel your long-term transition plan and wherever you wants to go on there. So you'll always have some time. I know time is always a limiting belief. That's something that we have in very small quantities. But you can just start this on the side compared to other types of business. If you wanted to start like a ice cream shop or something like that, that's going to result a lot of time, a lot of employees, a lot of overhead. You can just do this on the side. You can streamline it and you can grow or scale it as much or as little as you want.
Right. And that leads us into coach in your zone of genius. So what that means is that coach what best is like if you've been doing medicine, you as physician, you can succeed in niche like weight loss. You can do longevity, anti-aging. You can do wellness. You can do like for myself, sexual health, erectile dysfunction, and my hormones, aesthetic. And your primary care doctor, you can coach somebody in how to manage their high blood pressure or diabetes better. You can coach somebody on how to manage the polypharmacy because patients just don't know. And that's not something they can Google for. How we can think inside our mind is what people want. It's a gold mine that people will pay for. So if you're dermatology, you can coach women over 50 how to have younger looking skin. Your rheumatology, you can coach patient living with RA, how to manage the RA symptoms better. Your psychiatrist, you can coach somebody to have better memory or how to manage their anxiety without medication better. I can think of all specialty, like you're in pain management. Oh my goodness, you can help somebody how they can manage their low back pain better without surgery and without injection. And if you're an orthopedic surgeon, you can coach somebody how they manage their knee pain or hip pain better as well. Because we all know alternative to medication. We all know that there are certain things that you can do besides just a traditional get the surgery or take this medication. Or you can even coach somebody how to manage back pain surgery after surgery as well. So there are many things that we do on a daily basis that you can carve out a niche for that you can coach all day long how to help patient manage back pain after surgery or how to help somebody lose weight. I know that my specialty is weight loss and aesthetic. So do something that you like that you are already the expert in. And again, you don't need a certification. You don't need a piece of paper to say that you're the expert in what something you already do every day in and day out. Just know that you're worth it and the knowledge that we have, people will pay a lot of money for. I was just talking to a physical therapist and she doesn't take insurance. Every time she works with a patient for half an hour, she charges $250. $250 to work with her for half an hour. Now, as physician, that's not a bad charge. It may not be for half an hour, but that's not a bad as well too. So people will pay for your advice. We have seen, and Mike and I have seen coaches making multi-million dollars just telling people how to stay motivated and have clear of mind. Now, Mike, you're probably doing that more than I have.
Yeah, and the thing is too is by nature, physicians might be interested in going into health coaching, but they don't necessarily have to be in that, and it doesn't even depend on your niche. I was just thinking of different examples that I've seen. I know a nuclear medicine who helps give financial planning advice. I know a family medicine doctor who helps people buy short-term rentals in the South. I know an ophthalmologist who helps people get their rewards on their credit cards on there. So they're not limited by their specialty. Find something that they like to do and they want to share their knowledge with others, and they love doing it, and they get so excited about talking about these different coaching. And so that's a great opportunity because you're probably saying to yourself, why would someone pay for my advice? I thought kind of the same thing too. But what they're doing is people say, oh, the internet has all the information on there, on YouTube, all stuff is free. That may be true, but who's going to spend the time to do it? And it's what they're doing is they're buying your clarity, they're buying your shortcut to success, they're buying your confidence on there. And that's what we have limited time. Sure, the information be out there, but is it a way that you can easily interpret and analyze on it? I would rather just go for the coach because my time is valuable and I'm going to go directly to that person to help me what I need to do to make my life more valuable and more exciting.
Well, it's kind of like paying for a personal trainer. Well, we all know how to go to gym and how to do stretches. Why do you want to pay for a personal trainer, right? So it's really to get the confidence to do what you need to do and get the shortcut so that way somebody will tell you what to do so that way you stay accountable. Same thing with coaching at the doctor. It's clear, like Mike said, clarity, a shortcut, and you're giving them confidence. So they're not paying for your knowledge. They're paying so that way they feel confident that they can move forward, listening to your expertise as well too. So when you code, you naturally kind of position yourself as an authority and thought leader and also building your brand. And it's amazing doors that may be open for a webinar, speaking webinar, podcast guesting, consulting with brands, and even collaborating with other businesses, also growing your online program. So let's think if you're a coach, so you can create a course that you can sell separately or part of your coaching program. You can create a group coaching that it can either ongoing or just a short amount of time. And then you can also sell one-on-one coaching as well. So you can do group coaching, you can do one-on-one coaching, or you can sell a course and then combine the course and the group coaching together. And then on top of that, you can also combine like supplements, like private branding supplement like this in your coaching program that will, because they may need something as an adjunct or maybe a brace or maybe a CBD cream that you can either private brand or have can make commission off of that product. Like for instance, you can set up an Amazon associate account or influencer if you have, I think, over 10,000 followers on social media. And that way, when you recommend a product, you get not a lot, but some commission better than not.
The next benefit for being a coach, something that usually talk about it that much, but let's face it, as some doctors, we feel devalued. I know a number of doctors feel that, these days in medicine, we're more of a worker bee, to these big hospitals and conglomerates. We're just here to keep the bottom line and keep it going. And we don't feel like we have a voice on here. Well, that's a great thing about coaching is you can decide and you can position yourself as a thought leader into whatever niche, whatever market that you want to go into. That can be very enriching for us humans here. What it can do is also, I've seen coaches where it start off with something, hey, I'm just going to help other people. I talk about a topic that I like to. And then the next thing you know is that they're now building a brand. They're building speaking engagements, podcasts, consulting, online programs, and it continues to grow. I'm going to date myself here. I remember talking to James Dahl, who the founder of the White Coat Investor, and he got started just because he liked to blog about giving financial advice. And years later, he's well known as one of the authorities for physician finance on here. And it was just started. I remember having a conversation. It was like, I just like to blog. I just like talking about it. And now he's built a whole empire based upon that. You may have the same trajectory of where you want your business to go, or maybe you want to start out small. Either way is fine. Is here. If you're someone who feels like your voice isn't being heard, coaching is a natural extension to get your voice heard on here. Don't wait for other people to tell you what to do. You just do it yourself. And that's what many coaches have done is they just said, you know what, I'm going to be an expert in this particular niche. And then they went out and did it. Just that.
Awesome. It's all about taking action, guys, because your business isn't going to change unless you take action. And another thing, too, that I've discovered coaching, it really gives me purpose, finding joy again, knowing that I'm helping people as well as doctors be able to live better lives, making an impact in ways that I've never thought I could do working in the office as well, too. So, but it also give you an opportunity to have additional revenue outside of the clinic. And maybe if you don't want to work in the clinic, it's something that you can do as well too. So it's evolving and it can be complementary to your existing practice. You can really design it any way you want, part of your goal in life. And it may even give you more opportunities and more freedom than you think. If you tell me 2 years ago that we'll be holding an in-person event, YouTube and podcasting, I wouldn't believe you. But here we are next January 15th, 2026, we are holding a doctor podcast event for all doctors who are YouTubers or podcasters who want to up level so that way they can start monetizing more, even grow their channel. Or if doctors, if you're interested, starting a YouTube channel or even podcasting, this is the event you must attend because this is what it's built for. And it's on January 15th to the 18th in Orlando. You can go to the website drpodfest.com and we'll put the link down below in show note as well to sign up. Right now, we have a special for $200 off at this point. And I think at the end of October, we'll raise it up again. But it's in Orlando, Disney World, and it's in January. So it's an excuse to get away from the cold. Not where you are, Mike. Where you are is always beautiful, but to also bring the family, to have a family vacation. On top of that, learn something and connect. I would tell you this. I went to a podcasting event 3 years ago, and that led me to many, many collaborative opportunities that has opened up doors for me right now. I'm about to enter into a business collaboration that is going to be pretty massive that we're launching right now. If I didn't attend that podcast event, I wouldn't have made that connection because you never know who you're gonna connect and who you're gonna collaborate with. So having said that, coaching is just not a side hustle. It's really the modern physician path to freedom, fulfillment, and impact, and freedom, space, a time, and also space, and even revenue as well. So something to think about. And Mike and I have done it, and we're here to help you launch. You launch and help you be able to monetize. I'm all about whatever you do, gotta make sure you have ROI, be able to have the revenues from that as well. So check out our coaching school group called Doctors with an Online Success.com to join our community. And that's where Mike and I do marketing coaching to be able to help you be able to monetize either your coaching program or your course or your webinar as well. So check it out, Doctors Online Success. And keep in mind, doctorspodfest.com. Just know, is there anything you want to add, Mike, before we end this episode?
No, again, I think the website is drpodfest.com. Again, it's happening January 15th, 2026. We'd love to have you. It's just a natural extension from coaching on there. We'll get more and more details on it as we get closer to the event. But yeah, super excited to bring this to you and bring this to the physician community.
Awesome. Now remember, doctor, you are just not a doctor. You are the doctor boss. It's time that we take control over our life and our practice. We'll see you in the next episode.